Welcome back to another video where we will be going over 10 of the best LEGO Lord of the Rings mocks ever made, and this is a part 2 to my previous LEGO Lord of the Rings mock video, so check that one out if you haven't already. Now these mocks are based off of the Peter Jackson trilogy as well as the Hobbit movies, and the list features some of the largest, most detailed mocks I've ever seen. As always, the credit for each of these mock designers are in the description of this video, so be sure to check out those guys and show your support. So starting us off in at 10th place is the Orthanc Forge, which was created by Brick of the Rings, and this mock almost acts as a add-on to the previous Tower of Orthanc set. He's ingeniously created a lower section that well encapsulates the orc forges that were built underneath Saruman's tower. You have orcs working hard at producing weapons ready to arm the Uruk-hai in their quest to destroy the world of men. It's not the biggest of mocks, but I really still think it's a great addition to an all-time great LEGO set. In at 9th place is Amon Hen, which was created by Jedi Bricks, and he has kindly added the instructions to build this on Rebrickable. So if you want to recreate the epic final scene from the Fellowship of the Ring, well now you can. Though it's the smallest mock on the list, it still packs in so much detail. The stone ruins have been well designed, and one thing I love is that this has been made to be almost a diorama style set, so the display factor is absolutely off the chart. There's a ton of ways you could have this scene unfolding on display. You have all the necessary characters doing battle to protect Frodo. So if you do like this mock, be sure to check it out on Rebrickable. I'll leave the link for that down in the description below. In at 8th place is Bag End, and this was created by Dylan Lane, and this was actually on display at Brickworld Detroit 2022. Bag End truly is one of the most beautiful locations ever to be depicted on the big screen. There's just something so magical about that location, and it really is just such a great template for LEGO mock designers to try and imitate with all the green shrubbery and its really unique round doors, and as you can see, Dan has done a bang up job with this mock. He even went so far as to add in a very detailed interior with a cozy little fireplace. At 7th place is the Mines of Moria, more specifically Balin's Tomb, and this mock was created by Cav Bricks. This mock is basically a much more detailed version of the 2012 LEGO set. The design of the tomb is very similar, as well as some of the surroundings, although this mock is obviously a lot larger and more detailed, and it has everything from the well that Pippin clumsily messes with that then awakens the goblins to the dwarf skeleton beside Balin's tomb. I also really love the fact that this has been closed off by giving it 3 surrounding walls. It really helps give that trapped feeling, just like from the actual scene where the Fellowship find themselves trapped and outnumbered. Not to mention they also have to face down an intimidating cave troll. In at 6th place is Lake Town from the Desolation of Smaug, and this was created by Timothy Shortell and Coldblood, and this amazing mock featured at Brick Cascade back in 2017. Lake Town isn't anywhere near one of my favourite locations from Tolkien's work, but my word did the creators of this do a great job at bringing this town to life. I mean, it is very distinguishable from other locations in Middle-earth, and it makes a nice change to have someone create this location over Bag End or Helm's Deep. They did a really good job at making the crystal blue lake as well as the wooden houses that are situated upon it. So yeah, really good mock here. In at 5th place is Hobbiton, which was created by Coldblood and Jake Hansen, and this was put on display at BrickCon 2018. The Shire is just one of those locations that people love to recreate, and this version is one of the best I've seen thus far. You have multiple hobbit houses, with each one being slightly different. This Shire mock also does something very different compared to others by having it situated by a small lake, which really just adds to how beautiful this mock actually looks. There's also a mill by the lake, which adds to the very homely feel of this fantasy village. This mock is just so vibrant, and with all the hobbits going about their daily tranquil life, there's so much to like about this mock. It really is top quality. In at 4th place is the Battle at the Black Gate, and this was created by Brick Knight, and this mock featured at Unblock 2023, and my word does this mock look absolutely brilliant. It's very imposing, just like a Black Gate mock should be. It's meant to instill fear into the enemies of Mordor. You've got tons of Mordor orcs patrolling the gate, as well as some trolls working the mechanism which opens the gate. The black spires all around the walls look amazing, and the rocky mountains either side of the Black Gate are a really nice finishing touch to make this mock stand out and not just be mainly one colour. At 3rd place is the Barrel Escape, which was created by the Mountain Hobbit. This mock is simply breathtaking, and on top of that it's actually a mock of one of my least favourite scenes in the whole Hobbit trilogy. The scene was goofy as hell, but I don't care in this format because it looks absolutely amazing. The techniques that we use to get the texture of the river rapids are exceptional. You've got Gundabad orcs chasing down the dwarves and Bilbo either side of the river, and then you also have the elves who are pursuing the orcs. There's even a ton of action going on behind the bridge with Legolas and Toriel taking on some orcs. Overall, this mock really is a masterpiece. In at second place is the Battle of the Five Armies, which was created by Fantasy Bricks. This mock has so much going on within it, and I guess that is to be expected seeing as there are 5 different factions all doing battle for control of Erebor. The mock is so grand in scale, it's just so epic. The surrounding buildings look amazing, as well as the front of Erebor and the dwarf statues that's in front of it, but really the battlefield is where the interesting stuff is happening in my opinion. My favourite part has to be the recreation of the elves jumping over the dwarves to strike first blood against the orcs. It's one of the best scenes in the Hobbit trilogy, and it's definitely my favourite part of this mock. I think it's really cool how he used the translucent bricks to give the illusion of the elves jumping high. Overall, this mock does absolute justice to one of the most epic battles in all of Tolkien literature. Moving on now to first place, we have the Siege of Minas Tirith, which was created by Jason Gianou, and this was displayed at BritCon 2024, and wow, this is one of the best mocks I've ever seen. I mean, Minas Tirith is arguably one of the most intricate and beautiful locations in Middle-earth, so to try and replicate that will require a lot of skill. And I think this may be the closest anyone has come to recreating the White City, or at least part of it. It's simply incredible. Now obviously this is only a mock of the front gate and some of the outer wall, but nevertheless it still looks great. And of course it's not just Minas Tirith that has been created, we also have Grond, the giant intimidating battering ram. You've also got an orc siege tower bringing those orcs to the walls of Minas Tirith, as well as a Nazgul on a fell beast attacking from on high. I also love the little details of Gandalf and Pippin helping the Gondorian soldiers to fight the orcs on top of the walls of Minas Tirith, just like in Return of the King. Also the detail that has gone into the Gondorian soldiers, their design, they look insanely good. If only we could get some of these in an official LEGO set, that would be absolutely amazing. I also really love the simple but rather unique technique that was used in creating those archers' bows. There's just so much to look at within this mock, but it still looks really clean and not too overcrowded and messy, so massive props to the creators for not going over the top with this mock. Minas Tirith is probably my favourite location from the movies, and to see one of the more important sections of Minas Tirith be created with such attention to detail really is amazing. Seeing this really makes me want an official Minas Tirith LEGO set all the more. Hopefully one day we will get that. But as for this mock, it's absolutely perfect. 10 out of 10. So anyway guys, that does it for my part 2 of the best LEGO Lord of the Rings mocks ever made. I really do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have done so, please be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more LEGO Lord of the Rings content. And if this video does well, you can expect a part 3 in the coming weeks. Have a great day and stay safe.